So my first relationship, I was 15 years old, and I was so naive. Like, I was like, it doesn't matter who you date, like, we're gonna hold hands and maybe kiss. Like, I was so naive. Before we started dating, I was a very confident person. I was an athlete. I knew who I was solid. I hadn't really dated many people before. I, knew who I was. I wasn't gonna stand for anything less than that. And because of this vulnerability, or because of these barriers that were crossed that shouldn't have been, I held on to this relationship like it was my life. Like, I dated him for 3 years. And this was despite cheating, and despite drug use, and despite all kinds of things that shouldn't have been exposed at that age. And so I started drinking and doing different things that are culturally appropriate for our rural town. And then also, like, I was having sex before marriage with my boyfriend because it was so normalized at the time. And it actually became very detrimental for my identity, and just for the relationship in itself, because I never wanted to end it when it needed to be ended, because we had that attachment. But it's like, before this, if I would have been cheated on, I would have been like, oh my gosh, like, I would never stay with them, like, how? But because my whole identity was around this person, and because of the guilt that I felt in my heart, because I wanted to wait till marriage. I was taught to wait till marriage, so I was like, now I have to wait with this person. I've already made this decision. No matter what they do to me, I have to stay with them, which is wrong. And it was just this whole really guilty cycle that led to a lot of hurt. And I was just in a terribly low spot. Everyone around me could tell that I was just allowing too much in my life that I wouldn't have before. But I was hyper aware of what I looked like at all times. I was so focused on what other people thought I was in regard to beauty. It led to, terrible eating habits. It led to over-exercising. It led to, things where I was so focused on how I looked rather than how my heart was. And it was very unhealthy. And all of that came from this persona that I had to be pleasing to a guy. Then when I came to Christ after college, I almost wanted to be the opposite of what society thought like an attractive female would look like. A stereotypically attractive female. So like, I went artsy fartsy like crazy, and I loved it, and I think it's beautiful. I think it's so beautiful, like the authenticity that I showed. And I just discovered myself. Like, I was like, who am I?